Hello and welcome everybody to episode 21 of the CreaLien Design Podcast, a podcast about knitting and spinning and other crafts in general. My name is Eline. On the web you can find me as CreaLien Design on basically everywhere. I'm here on YouTube of course, but also on Ravelry and Instagram, and I'm also CreaLien Design on Etsy where I sell my hand-dyed yarns. Um, Happy Kingsday, everyone! Yay! um, yeah, today it's the 27th of April, which is Kingsday in the Netherlands, Koningsdag. It's when we celebrate the birthday of our king, and it's always a really fun day with lots of music, people being very happy and excited, and there are marching bands and children playing their instruments out on the streets, and there are flea markets everywhere, and it's always so much fun, and everybody is happy. It's like, yeah, it seems like everybody is always happy on King's Day. King's Day is, by the way, the birthday of our king that we celebrate, but it's not really that much about his birthday. It's more about everyone being happy and everyone celebrating. It's a really fun national holiday. And that's also why I'm dressed like a clown. Because that's what you do on King's Day. On King's Day you wear orange and you wear red, white and blue, and wherever you can you wear orange. And orange is because we have the Dutch flag, red, white and blue, but we have a banner, I think it's called in English, I'm not sure, a wimpel, I think it's called a banner in English, and that's orange. It's a separate part of our flag. And I believe we have it because the last name of our royal family is Van Oranje, which literally means from orange. And I think that's why we have the orange banner, but I'm not good at history, so I could be completely making that up. But anyway, we wear orange. And if you've never been to the Netherlands during King's Day, I think you should look up do a Google image search. Everyone is dressed in orange and happy, and it's fun. It's a fun day. But it's Corona, right? So there's no King's Day today. I'm really sad about it. I always enjoy going over the flea market, walking around and buying some little things, and yeah. Anyway, it's not happening today, but I thought, well, I'm gonna dress up for King's Day, and I'm just going to record a podcast and celebrate a little bit of King's Day with you guys. I'm not going to sell you anything from a flea market or anything. It's just that I thought, well, I think this is the right time to record another episode, so that's what I'm doing. I don't have that much to show you today, so I think it's going to be a short episode, but after all the very long ones I've been doing lately, I think a short one is not that bad. So let's get started, shall we? First of all, I have something that I don't usually have. It's not knitting, it's not spinning, it's sewing. I make myself a new project bag with astronauts. Not just astronauts, cat astronauts. And not just cat astronauts. No. They wear glow in the dark suits. Everything that's white, so the suits of the astronauts, the little stars, there's a rocket, and there's also a satellite somewhere, yeah, here. They are all glow in the dark, and it's super cool. I really love the fabric. I bought the fabric online from the quilt shop UK.co.uk, or the quiltshopuk.com. Something with the Quilt Shop UK. If you Google the Quilt Shop UK, you will find it. They have all kinds of licensed fabric, but they also had this one, and I thought it was just awesome. So yeah, I made this last 2 days ago. And okay, I'm not gonna show you what's inside yet. But look at the lining. I put in stars because, well, duh, obviously. But it's navy. The lining is navy. I didn't have a black fabric with white stars, but I thought, well, I don't care. The sky's blue anyway, so let's put in a blue one, right? So let's first start with, well, I don't have any other finished objects. I don't have knitting finished objects, or I don't have spinning, I don't have crocheting. I only have a little bit of knitting. I have 2 projects that I want to show you, which is not a lot, but one of them is really, I have a lot to say about it. Let's put it that way. So first off, living in my fancy schmancy, really kitsch, over the top project bag that I made way back when. It's living the sock for my friend. I haven't worked much on it, but I made some progress. I thought, well, if there's one project I should work on, it's the sock for my friend. I didn't really put much work into it, but still, there's some progress, because I think I put in a marker where I was last time, this one. I'm not sure if that's where I was last time I showed it to you, but hey, I'm like pretty far through the leg now. Yeah, maybe halfway through the leg. Anyway, progress is being made. Oh, and there's a cat hair. She has a cat herself, so she won't mind. She likes Joop, so she will definitely not mind. Joop is laying in there again, as usual. So, yep, this is my sock. Little bit of progress has been made. Not much, but there's no rush. She will use it for her yoga, and there are no yoga classes right now because of the corona, so she won't need them anytime soon, I think. So, ta-da! That's one. And this is a cake, which looks like what I said last week, or last time, like some, it looks really like a nasty color, but it's actually really pretty when it gets up. This yarn was I dyed this together with her. She asked me to knit her some socks, and I said, well, of course, would you like to dye the yarn yourself? And she was, yeah, sure. And she really liked dyeing it, and we had a lot of fun, and now it's becoming a sock for her. Okay, on to my next work in progress. It's in my super awesome new project bag. By the way, I put in a gray zipper. I wouldn't have picked gray if I had a lot of choice, but I didn't really have a lot of choice. I think it's okay, but it wasn't my preferred color. But anyway, doesn't matter. I really enjoy the bag. I think it's pretty cool. But in here, there's a new work in progress. One that I casted on shortly after I recorded my previous episode, and it has seen the most amount of work, although you probably won't say it when you see it. You think, oh, is that what you've been doing for 2 weeks? Yeah. So, first of all, let me show you what pattern I'm knitting. This is a picture. As you can see, it's by Stephen West, and it's the Flying Foxtails pattern. And this is the front page. Flying Foxtail Wrap with another picture. This is just the first page on your Ravelry, on the Ravelry pattern page, so everyone can see this. I'm not giving away anything. So I'm knitting this insanely long scarf, and there's another picture that I'm going to try to show you without showing anything of the pattern. Here. It's like this ridiculously long scarf, shawl, wrap thing. So, I have been toying with the idea of knitting a brioche shawl for a while, but I didn't want a crescent-shaped shawl. I didn't want to start with just like, I don't know, 4 stitches and end up with like 600 stitches in the round in brioche, because brioche for me, it's a really slow stitch. You have to knit every row twice. So if you knit a scarf, you're basically like, that ends up that big, you basically knit that scarf twice, since you're knitting every row twice. So I didn't want something that increased. I wanted something straight. Now there aren't many straight scarf shawl patterns, wraps. So in that regard, this pattern choice was quite obvious. But then I've been toying with this idea for months now. I wanted to knit. I wanted to knit in one pass brioche. I don't like that you have to I don't like that brioche is, you like on the first row you use 2 colors, and on the first row you use the one color, you knit all the knit stitches and you slip all the purl stitches where you make yarn over them. So you knit all the knit stitches, you slip all the purl stitches, you go all the way across, then you slip your stitches back, and with the other color you slip all the knit stitches and you purl all the purl stitches across, and only then you turn your work. And to me it never made sense. First of all, I don't want to work each row twice. It takes twice the amount of time and I don't want to do it. But it didn't make sense to me. I thought there had to be a way to just have to knit a row once. And I know you can do it with fisherman's rib, which is faster, but not that much. Because you're still knitting every row twice, one row with the one color and the second row with the other color. So I didn't want to knit every row twice. There had to be a way to just knit every row once. And then at some point I heard about one pass brioche, and it has been gnawing at my brain. It was there, like, oh, I should try that. But I was like, I can't do brioche. I can knit brioche. I have knitted a hat in the round in brioche, and it's not even at the point of the decreases yet. So I've only knitted brioche in the round straight. So, well, but for me, it's always like, go big or go home. And so I decided, well, this is the shawl that I want to make. I'm just going to do it in one pass brioche. So I looked up videos of one pass brioche. And they look really complicated, but seriously, you have to go with what they are doing in the video. You just have to try it, and it makes so much sense. I do understand that's a condition, like I would say it's a condition that you do understand how brioche stitches are built, what the yarn overs do, why they are there, and why you slip some stitches and you knit or purl the other stitches. I think it's important you understand that part of brioche before you try one pass brioche. But if you understand that, and if you can knit color work, like stranded color work or double knitting, then I think you should definitely try One Pass Brioche, because you do the yarn overs and the knits and the purls all in one go. So you knit one row, you just turn your work, and you knit the other row, and you do everything at once. And it's, if you look at the videos, you're like, what on earth are they doing? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. But as soon as you start trying it yourself, it's really easy and it's really creating this rhythm. So I was, okay, so now I had figured out how to do the One Pass Brioche, knit and purl. So I thought, wow, my selvages, I was doing this in the swatch, and my selvages didn't look like anything. And they're not explained in videos. There are no videos on how to do the selvage edges neatly. Like, how do you create this nice edge on both sides of your work in One Pass Brioche? There were no videos that showed it. There was videos that had selvage stitches, but I didn't like them. I didn't like how they looked. So I was swatching and just knitting away and just swatching just to get the right selvage stitches. So once I'd done that, I figured it out after I don't know how many rows. I had selvage stitches that I was actually happy with. And then, I don't know, but if you see, look closely at the pattern, you'll see there's all these big gaps. Is sort of like, it's like a lace pattern. You have decreases and major increases, and I had never done it in brioche, let alone in One Pass Brioche. So I decided to look up One Pass Brioche with all these techniques. There are no videos on it. So I thought, well, maybe I can look it up in how to do it in just a normal brioche. But I was like, yeah, but I find normal brioche confusing on itself. So if I'm going to learn a new technique, first in brioche, which is confusing to me, and then I would have to translate it into One Pass Brioche anyway, I thought, no, I'm just going to try and figure it out myself in One Pass Brioche. So, I can tell you, it was a frustrating night, but so I taught myself how to do left leaning and right leaning decreases in One Pass Brioche, because there were no videos on it. There was one video of a lady showing you how to do it, but she did it really quickly. She wasn't talking about it, or she wasn't using any words. You heard cowbells in the background. So, and I was like, I don't know what she's doing. It's not working for me. So I did it myself. And then I came to that big hole that is in there. Those big, oh, that's upside down. Those big holes you see? And I was like, yeah. There are no videos on that in normal brioche, I guess, because it's his technique, I suppose. So let alone that they're there in One Pass Brioche. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna try it myself. I'm just going to figure this out. And in the end, I did figure it out, and in a way that it looked good both on the front and the back. So, lo and behold, here it is. Oh, it was a swatch. I frogged the swatch so that I could actually use the yarn in the project. Ta-da! So, as you can see, I'm not far in. I've done a couple of repeats. You have to do 21 repeats, and I am in halfway through the third repeat, so I have a bit to go. But this is what it looks like on the right side, or on the main color side, and this is the contrast color side. It's also a right side, of course, in brioche. And I'm really, really, really happy with how this is turning out. I love it. I love knitting it. It's quick. It's almost as quick as just normal normal ribbing with the knitting and purl. You just make one extra movement. That's it. It's so simple. You just knit, you just purl, and you bring the yarns to the front, and that's it. That's what you do. Because instead of when you go from knitting to purling, knit stitch to a purl stitch, I cannot explain it. You should look up a video on it. It's really, really, really simple. Don't let you intimidate. Don't let the video intimidate you. Just give it a try. It's really simple and it's so quick because I have to knit every row just once, except when I make a mistake. There are a couple of rows that I knit like 3 times because I cannot count or because I drop stitches. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So here it is. And look at the yarn and the color. I hope they are showing up right. Oh, I'm loving it. And see how I have I have a yarn over every stitch here. Over both the knit stitches and the purl stitches are yarn overs. You see that? It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I swear you should look it up. It's amazing. And I love it. And the yarns I'm using, by the way, they are, as usual, my own hand-dyed yarns in this amazing hot pink with speckles of yellow and orange and red. And I have this blue green. It's more green than blue actually, but there's turquoise and lime green, and there's a bit of purple in there as well. And I love them, and I love them together, and I think they are creating this amazing shawl thing. And you know what? I am now at a point, you can see this one foxglove flower thing is finished. So I've made one complete one on this side, and this one is, it's almost also completely finished now. Not completely, it's almost completely finished. And I'm finally starting to really be able to read my knitting. In the beginning I was like, do I really have to decrease here? Do I really have to do it there? Do I really make those big yarn over thingies here? Doesn't make sense. But I just kept going. I just followed the pattern. And now it does make sense. And it's really easy. The pattern is so simple. Yes, it took me some time in the beginning. I really had to count. Now I don't have to count anymore. The only times I have to count still is to be sure where to put in this big hole, but I'm pretty sure I now know where to do it, and I know how to do it, and it's a really enjoyable knit. I think it's really fun, and the pattern is really easy. And in one pass brioche, you know what's great about it? You'd have, like, I'm gonna hold it on a bit further so you cannot really see it, but this section, this is like, you see here there's a white line, right? So these are 4 rows, and 4 rows is you go one time that side, that direction with on the front. You go the front of your work in pink, then you do the front of your work in green. Then you turn your work, do it in pink, and then you do it in green, right? That's 4 rows. That's all of this text. Whereas if you do it in one pass brioche, you only need to read the first line. That's it. You only need to read the first row. What? Yeah, because it's so amazing with this brioche cabling lace. It's the same as I think Stephen did a great job. it's the same as with other patterns, basically other techniques. When you knit cables, usually you only have cables on the front, and you can knit just following the stitch pattern below, back. You just knit some purls. You usually don't have to cable on the back. Same goes for lace. You do the lace on the front, and on the back side you just follow the stitch pattern and knit some purls. And it's the same with this. The back side, where you knit back, it's just regular brioche rib without having to do anything. You only have to do the things on the front, but you can make half as many folds, mistakes, because you're doing it in one go. And it's really difficult to make mistakes, as in forgetting a yarn over or something like that, because of the way you hold your yarns. It's really difficult to forget to do a yarn over, and you notice it immediately when your yarn over slipped over or something. And if you do not notice it then, you notice it on the way back. But on the way back, it's so easy. You just put that bar right up on your needle and you're good to go. It's so simple. It's so simple. I'm so excited about this, if you can't tell. And this is taking up all of my knitting time. And now that I finally am really comfortable with the technique, and I finally am comfortable with the pattern, and I'm loving it, and I just want to work on this and nothing else. And because I can now read my knitting, I know what to do when. I can also just do it in front of the TV. The only time I have to pause or TV, I don't watch TV, YouTube podcasts and stuff. The only times I have to pause is if I have to make this big gap, because then I really have to count how many stitches and what I'm doing. I have to count for what I'm doing there. But yeah, I'm loving it, you guys. I'm pretty sure that next time this has grown. I'm loving it, you guys. I seriously, look at that. The pink. Look at the green, and they are playing so nicely together. Oh, by the way, you need 4 skeins to make this project, and I only have one of this pink and one of this green. But what I think I will do is, when one of them runs out, I pick another green bluish kind of color for this one that I will fade into it, and when this one will fade out and the other one will fade in, and I will do the same with this one. When I run out of this one, or when I'm almost out of this one, I will fade in another pink kind of color. And I think that will be really cool. I mean, it will look really strange if somewhere up here suddenly there will be different colors, but you never look at a scarf in its full length, right? You look at it when it's around your neck and you're snuggled up in it. And I think it's cool to have those extra colors around me. I don't think it will look strange then. I think it will look really nice then. And I needed to use these 2 yarns together, so I will figure out what to do next. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That's all I've been working on the past 2 weeks. I've been really busy, so there hasn't been that much crafty time. And this one did took up some time. And these are my selvedge edge. This is my selvedge edge. And I'm pretty pleased with this. I think it looks really neat. Yeah. Again, that scarf. It's so addictive, and now I just want to knit it. I have other stuff to do though, but yeah. So for now, I want to wish you all a happy Kingsday if you're in the Netherlands, and if you're not, I just hope you stay safe, and I hope you won't catch the coronavirus. Stay inside so you won't spread it, even if it's possible that you have it but you don't have any symptoms, and you don't want to spread this. It's a horrible disease, and so I hope you all behave the way you should, and think about yourself, think about others, and stay safe. And until I see you again, I wish you so much fun with your knitting. I'm not allowed to say that. That's the yarn hoarders thing. Why did I just say that? Anyway, I do wish you a lot of fun with all your crafty bits. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.